Jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please I need you. When I was young, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please I need you. I'm up now, here's an update. I'm a real snob, I need a parfait. I need to meditate with the bunny on my state. I'm finna give her a good shot on my casse. She want the Mew Mew, she want the EJ. How much it costed? Like an Andre. I spent a band on a band-aid. Thinking I missed, baby, is a mistake. I got 12 months, but I need an extra one. You wouldn't know a rep if you're next to one. It's young, I mean it, baby, I ain't like the rest of them. She a fanatic for that dun. Yeah, new house in the hills. Oregonian, it's hard to meet a Fevin. I might grow me a gut like my dad.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. It is for real. Season begins here. Off we go from Nashville. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. At their own 27-yard line. They'll throw to get things going. Got an open downfield on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Throwing Thompson. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. So 31 yards on this play. A second big one in a row and another first down. Now Thompson. Right back to Williams. They connect again. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle, trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. Touchdown Titans. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His 1st NFL touchdown in his very 1st NFL game.
Makes the score Titans 7.
It is certainly an ideal way to start a season, Mike. You get the ball first, you come out, you look sharp, you're in and out of the huddle, you're super efficient. Not only do you take the ball all the way down the field, but you come away with 6. And I know they sure hope that this is a sign of things to come, not only for this offense today, but as the rest of this season unfolds.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. 1st catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. 1st catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be.
And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Thompson to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of spark.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain there of 15. That's good for a Titan first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 49-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Thompson. That one hauled in. It's complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 31 yards.
Let's go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. A one-point affair, 7-6 is the score. We're back in Music City after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Now, faking the give. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches, and I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your
and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. The extra point is up and through. And the Titans will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
So, from the 25, it's second and 5.
Let's go.
Thompson now to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
That's good for a Titan.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
At the 6-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he will score! Touchdown, Titans. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his second touchdown here in Week 1.
Makes the score Titans 21, Ravens 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
To throw here to begin the drop. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
At the 24-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Take over 1st and 10. Their own 28-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go, go!
Thompson. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 33. The defense bewildered. A rough start to this drive. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards. That's another Titans.
To throw is Thompson. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
The throw here is complete. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his 2nd touchdown here in week 1. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll be forced out of bounds a yard or so shy of the marker, but it is a gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Going right sideline and complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big play there for Baltimore. 31 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now give up the middle. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. It's a gain of 26, and he'll set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Back to throw. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end. I don't mind the play call. But something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Thompson. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. Now, Thompson. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now they'll set up to throw. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. So we are at halftime. Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This fielded at about the 9. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Tight end going in motion here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught along the sideline. They say already out of bounds. Wow. Throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield. So it'll be no catch and second down.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback can put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside, because those are the ones that end up going the other direction.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball is out. The Titans may have recovered, yes. Tennessee ball. And good work there to get the first down yardage, and maybe better fortune that they get the ball back and Greg retained possession.
Nice job by the back there, Mike. He's able to get the first down, and I know that's where his mind was, but he can't forget to protect the ball, and that's the utmost importance. And fortunately for him, in this case, the ball ends up going out of bounds.
That is brought in, and he will finally be out of bounds, but hold everything. Flag down, back to the line of scrimmage. This is coming back. Drive will start on the ground, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like,
oh no, back over the middle. It's intercepted. And the Titans have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush, because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Okay, ready?
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6.
Go!
They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Thompson. And that is incomplete. Elijah Arroyo was the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down. The field goal unit is out for the Titans. This from an even 50 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Titans will extend their lead.
I I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Let's go.
Now, faking the give. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. To the ground, a 1st down run. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
At the 45-yard line.
Reload. Reload. Here we go.
Now a give on the ground. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Thompson to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's a run going left. And they'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he will get into the end zone. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Titans. An extra point attempt to follow. It's up and good. And the Titans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here to begin the drive. Now he'll air one out. That's hard. And he will finally be out of bounds, but there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage, and it may be a hold that sprung him. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they dig themselves out of that hole rather effectively. Gain of 19 on 1st and 20.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
Hey, not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
They'll look to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with the lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. deep for St. Brown. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in. He's going to have a Ravens first down on what will be a big play there for 4th and long.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw. He'll air it out down the middle. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll try the right side this time. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 31 yards. So it's a win here for the Titans. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.
Poses.